you.
Yeah. Do I just start whenever?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so hi everyone, my name is Zoe Hardwick, and today I will be presenting upon the topic of neurovirus. So today what I will be talking about in this presentation consists of background information, populations that are highly affected with neurovirus, an experiment done, and the best disinfectant to prevent from getting neurovirus. So on to the background information. So first, to understand neurovirus, you have to know the basics of a virus. So a virus is a non-living infection agent that must rely on a host cell for many structural units, such as like ribosomes that help translate DNA or RNA into proteins. So a virus contains either DNA or RNA, and it has a capsid that protects these DNA or RNAs, which is this purple circle right here. So a capsid has three functions. A capsid helps the virus not be digested by the immune system. It also helps the virus attach to other cell membranes, and it also helps the virus penetrate cell membranes of other cells. And also there's a double protection, which is this green circle right here, which is the viral envelope. So neurovirus is a part of the Calicibridae family, which is a group of single-stranded RNA, and it has two major protein coding regions, which is non-structural and major structural. Also, reverse polymerase chain reaction and RNA sequencing is sometimes used to diagnose someone for neurovirus. So what is neurovirus? Neurovirus is inflammation in the stomach or the intestines. Sometimes this can occur at the same time, which makes symptoms worse. So neurovirus is very infectious and very easy to get. Antibiotics are not effective against it because it is in fact a virus. And neurovirus can survive in many environments and through various surfaces and various temperatures. So names and structure of recording. So before scientists had researched into neurovirus and what it was and what it did, the names were based on locations in which outbreaks occurred. So when scientists started to research more into neurovirus and different strains and such, they based their structure of recordings off of the genogroup, cluster, and strain. And so the format, which includes all of these, is presented as follows. So you have your genogroup, and then your cluster number, and then in parentheses you have your name / date of first recognition / place of first recognition. So the symptoms of neurovirus include fever, body aches, headaches, severe fatigue, dehydration, and one of the most prominent symptoms of neurovirus is in fact diarrhea. So prevention. So once you have neurovirus, to prevent further dehydration, which is one of the symptoms, one must refrain from sugary intake, which includes soda or candy, and also caffeinated drinks, because water is the highly recommended beverage. So one must also wash hands before preparing their food so that they get any excess bacteria off of their hands so it's not transported to the food. Also, one must wash and cook food thoroughly because cooking kills off a lot of bacteria that washing can't get. So one must disinfect places where sick people have occupied so that their germs do not stay around that place. Okay, so populations that are highly affected include hospitals, nursing homes, restaurants, and cruise ships. So hospitals. So germs are able to sustain themselves easily in hospitals, and patients have current illnesses that can be worsened by neurovirus. Many of these current illnesses cause a patient's immune system to be weak, so their immune system cannot react to neurovirus as fast as someone who is not sick. Because of this, the amount of days the illness is present becomes elongated. So instead of the 2 to 3 days that neurovirus infects someone, it goes on to 3 to 5 days. And also, the majority of people who have contracted neurovirus in hospitals have lingering symptoms such as diarrhea for 10 or more days. So nursing homes is another highly affected place by neurovirus, and this is when elderly patients have weak immune systems, so the antibodies in their immune system cannot fight against neurovirus, making their immune system pretty inefficient. And because of this, they are considered an at-risk population. Also, infants have the same problem as elderly patients. Their immune systems are very weak and cannot fight against neurovirus. Restaurants. So 1/2 to 2/3 of all foodborne illnesses are caused by neurovirus. There have been numerous outbreaks, but in this presentation I will only name 2. So in 1982, a baker baking for a large population of about 6,000 people in his community he was experiencing frequent accounts of diarrhea, but he still made this buttercream frosting, and he put it on these cupcakes, and he put it out there to the community, and that resulted in 3,000 people becoming infected. And then another outbreak in Yorkshire, UK, a cook cooking for a wedding reception vomited in a sink, cleaned it out, and then the next day he prepared potato salad, and that resulted in 47 people becoming infected with neurovirus. So cruise ships. Cruise ships are considered a close population because so many people are in one place at once, forcing hundreds to thousands of people to share public utilities. And many public utilities are made of stainless steel, which enables neurovirus to live longer. So there was an experiment done on cruise ships. And the scientists' hypothesis and purpose was that because cruise ships are classified as a closed population, environmental contamination is one of the biggest factors. And their purpose was to look for high levels of fecal contamination because that is one of the leading causes of neurovirus. So their procedure. So 6 standardized objects were marked, and then 24 hours later, they were evaluated to see if the mark had been cleaned off, and this indicated that the bathrooms had in fact been cleaned. And then if the mark was cleaned off, then they would mark it again and reevaluate it 24 hours later again to see if the bathrooms were cleaned on a daily basis or if there were periods of time where the bathrooms were not cleaned. And so the results, 37% of 8,344 objects in 273 randomly chosen restrooms and 56 cruise ships met standards. This means that 37% of all of the cruise ships tested were cleaned on a daily basis. So this increases the likelihood of infected people because the bathrooms are basically unsanitary most of the time. And this also means that alcohol-based disinfectants are skeptical because alcohol-based disinfectants are used on many cruise ships. So alcohol-based hand sanitizer. So a lot of people tend to use hand sanitizer as a substitute for washing their hands. However, when this generic bottle of Purell says that it kills 99.99% of germs, but this does not include non-envelope viruses